Welcome back, everybody. How's it going? Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to another NTW3 battle. Today we have a 4v4 on Culm. This one, I'm not sure. I can't remember who the clans were playing on this one. I've had a couple sitting in my folder staring at me every day and finally got a moment to peel away to try to knock one of these out. And so here we are. Like I said, this is a battle map of Culm. I just have the cores for the coalition side here. Of course, you see on the right side, we have a 10-point Blucher. You have a 7-point Russia, which I think, yeah, it's just Russia. And then you have the 10-point Schwarzenberg, or Austria mixed with some like Württemberg. And then you have a 7-point Bülow. And I think that's it. Yeah, 2 Prussia, a Russia, and a Württemberg mix. Of course, the rest of the 7-point Russia infantry way over the distance, still marched at the front lines. Other side, you have the Sept Isles, or whatever it's called. I think they're like a 5-pointer that you have 3 more French factions. One of them is a French-Irish faction, so there'll be a smaller pointer as well. But so far, guys, we have the Prussians. They're holding the standard line you would expect with Prussia. Being up front, they have the LOCs, a lockdown infantry posted up, artillery in front of this kind of like a lagoon here. Then the rest of the coalition forces kind of setting themselves up in the open field. You have that 10-point Blucher going far right with the majority of his corps. And then the rest of the coalition are going to probably fill in this gap here. I'm assuming Blucher wants to take some of that forest and harass the flank here. We do have some cavalry going in here from Russia. Some Chasseurs Cheval versus some Kazakhis. Looks like Chasseurs Cheval definitely taking the worst of that beating. But then France is going to send in some Hussars now, looks like. Can make short work of the Kazakhis, sending in more cavalry, trying to assert a little bit of cav superiority very early on here. Forcing back that Russian force. We have some horse artillery set up from Austria. That's probably going to drive away some of this French cavalry very quickly. Cav is going to be crucial, guys, especially to the coalition here, to defend their lines against the cavalry of the French. And boy, that's a lot of cav, a lot of chasseurs chevals, so mostly light infantry. I believe there's some dragoons I saw, maybe. Maybe, no, just some hussars. Nothing heavy yet for the cavalry of France. Skirmishers gonna get protected by some cavalry here. I'm surprised France has taken this, or wanting to take this cav fight. Doesn't seem like a very wise attack. We are seeing the French. I think they are ignoring this whole side, going for a consolidation here from the French perspective on their left. So they are planning on pushing in the open field, staying away from the houses. Yep, entirely. So they're the nice open field of play here. Artillery harassing that French cavalry. You can see now they're going to pull back. You see, ooh. Yeah, what is a 6-pounder plus a horse artillery 6-pounder, plus you have some Prussian guns that are actually moving forward. I don't know if that's a wise strategy or not, but there's also some Prussian guns right here, some 6-pounders going to set up. The coalition have a good assortment of artillery so far. I like it. Of course, you have the French infantry setting up. And they have the artillery answering. Prussia still pushing on this hilltop. This is actually going to be a very ideal situation. If the coalition can take this, they will have this high ground. Of course, the French are going to try pushing, I would suspect. But it'll take a second as they're getting themselves into gear here. And then pushing. Here we go. And this corps is a sizable force of... Oh, and actually there's no Irish. I saw Sept Isles and thought it was like the Irish little banners. My apology. This is a force of this corps here. 2,146 men. So they have a very strong numerical advantage here on the left. But Blucher has 3,522 men. So he definitely outweighs. They're definitely gonna... Septiles definitely need some help from their allies here. Artillery set up here and here, so both sides have committed quite a bit to artillery. That's pretty wise if you know the map. You know artillery can be very key here, but the French are maneuvering. They are going to be faster than Blucher. Especially using this road, you can see they are rolling under heavy artillery fire, but they are rolling. Yeah, that's not a fun advance from any of these, but they are going to roll hopefully into Blucher. At least that's what they're probably hoping. They can take this. But man, this is the target for a lot of artillery right now, guaranteed. Blucher readjusting here, pulling back. In fact, yeah, he's pulling back his entire corps. Probably trying to get out of that tree line. He's probably going to lose one or two of his line infantry. And it's just Blucher on the flank. That is a concern in and of itself. You do have Prussia over here. They are going for this LOC. Sending in some grenadiers to take it. We'll leave them to that, as that's probably not a very, you know, massive battle here. Württemberg, I'm just going to call them Württemberg, or Austria, Württemberg, whatever. They are still in the center. They haven't really pushed up. Blucher still seems like he's on his own. I do see Russian cavalry pushing over to defend. But, man, for this, I'm surprised the coalition aren't trying to react to this. This is very obviously two corps barreling straight for Russia, or for Prussia. Now they are reacting. And you have reinforcements from Russia, but man, they're going to be they are not going to be very quickly mobilizing to the front lines. They are going to be a second behind at least. Here we go. We got cavalry going in. A volley of line fire from the Landwehr. Ooh, they break them. Wow. Maybe there's artillery involved as well. Maybe. Either way, nice volley fire. Then the cavalry charged in. They hit a square. Oh, they should have pulled back. Either way, though, I think that bought Prussia a little bit more time. Holy cow. How is the coalition not prepared for this? Maybe they have, but I feel like they aren't as prepared as they should be. Some cavalry here. Looks like some cavalry trying to harass this side. Bülow has a very important job here. He's got to pivot. Although, there's another French force way over here. So actually, he's fine. Totally fine. And actually, those grenadiers got beaten back. So that house is not falling very quickly. Alright, Russia, don't waste your cavalry. For crying out loud, don't waste it. Where are they going? Where are they going? Alright, I mean... Sure, that works, that works. It's not going to probably break them. They already get shot in the flank way before they break this. They're light cavalry. They're not meant for head-on with infantry. Yeah, they're going to break. Russia is not doing what I would like to see. I don't like to see them throwing away cavalry this quickly, so early on. I don't know why they're even committing to this. I really don't know why. Prussia's in danger. That is my professional opinion as a YouTuber. Just kidding. But they are in trouble. They are actually going to be in trouble for a second here. I suspect we're going to see a melee right into their face pretty soon here. But for now, they're winding up and firing septiles, returning fire, hopefully soon. And the French want to get into melee with Prussia. That is their strategy of choice here, but right now it's just a nice little line fight. Prussia actually falling back on everywhere else. Seems like he's sacrificing his Landwehr. France really shifting for that flank, and Prussia, like I said, wisely, Prussia has fallen back several times. Ooh, artillery's in danger. Yeah, I would stand here. You got to stand here and defend this. All right. The Casares break that French cavalry. Here we go, though. we do have the Austrian force here. Well, they got Austrians, Russians. They got all sorts of stuff in this line. Is artillery going to get away? That's the real question here. The Septiles really pushing. Here we go. France going to barrel down the road. Let's check in over here as well, where another French force is rolling down the road, going straight in for blow. LOC still raging. And they're going to set up in a line of battle to stop this French army from rolling directly in. The rest of this Prussia, I mean, they're semi-harassing this flank, but not a whole lot. I am concerned for the coalition right now. I don't like how easily Blucher is getting just bumped around. He's getting bumped around. Nice charge here, taking out cavalry here with some Ulanen. Well done, sniping, catching him off guard. That is a bad thing. This is very bad, in my opinion. Now, they do have cavalry to defend, but they're just constantly in retreat. They have artillery that's set up. Maybe they'll make a stand here. Ooh, that could actually start hurting the French. If this artillery keeps firing... Well, they missed. And now that Austria is here, Schwarzenberg is here. They may actually be able to put up a bit of a fight. They have some, I believe, light infantry setting up. Skirmishers up front, but they're going to set up in the line of battle. Yeah, over here, Blucher is hurting. He does not have a very good formation here. He's getting harassed. There's cavalry on the flank. What is this? Some dragoons. Oh, that's not fun. Absolutely not fun. Yeah, France making excellent progress so far. Yeah, they just keep moving forward. There's something that can be done. Something eventually will have to give. Some dragoons gonna go in, or Shellagers or dragoons, one or the other, from Austria here. Hitting that right flank of this French line. Excellent break here. Now pull back. Pull back and let them reform. Here we go. Oh, artillery, get some canister, I would hope. Yeah, canister. Canister. Ooh, that's gonna start hurting. Still, France can do this. They can do this. They just gotta be careful. Here we go. Cavalry gonna go for the artillery. There's nothing to stop them. Beautifully done, sniping the guns. That is gonna help their advance. Still, France is taking some losses here. They've taken, I see 2 units breaking now. Here we go. Prussia gonna take this fight. Where's Russia? There they are. They're forming up here. So now the Septiles, I'm gonna keep calling them that, even if that's not the correct name, I believe that is. They are gonna be dealing with 3 corps against them. And I suspect they may, yep, they're falling back a little bit, actually. They got, I don't know if it was intentional by the coalition, but they got pulled into a bit of a, not an ambush, I would say necessarily, but they got pulled into a fight that they probably didn't actually want to take. They don't want to fight Russia, Prussia, and Austria all at once. Here we go, a counter charge of cavalry here. Dragoons smacking into more of the French line. Russia actually pushing forward now. We may see a counterattack. This could change a lot of the course of this battle in the next 5 minutes. Reinforcements pushing up from France, though. Ooh, some old guard. Some elite French infantry. But I see a lot of wavering from that French line. Let's zoom out and see an overall view here. Yep, look at this. Look at this. Septiles totally pulling back. A lot of cavalry. I feel like some of this cavalry should be over here. I would pull some of this cavalry back. And, I mean, the Septiles are not totally withdrawing, but they definitely are. No, they're withdrawing. I mean, they should. That is a bit of a mess. Oh, what a mess this is turning into. France getting into. They've actually repelled one of the Russian line of infantry. So dragoons make an impact. But, man, this line from Austria just absolutely dishing out the damage so effectively. They've broken several French units already. Look at the dead littering the field in front of them. That's showing a testament to their accuracy and reloading speed. Just dishing out damage. France may need to reform before they go in. Here's a nice... This is a nice column. This is a nice assault column, I'd say. They got reserves, so they're ready to push in if needed. See on the left, they've reformed their lines just a little bit to kind of buffer for the fact that Blucher and Russia are going to be pushing on them. I see a column of grenadiers here. You got to watch out for the formations, guys. The formations are a telltale sign. Look at, see, it's a gap here, and they're in a column-ish formation, as I call it. That is trouble. Headed straight for your lines. I like to see the actual tactics of the Napoleonic era applied in a battle. It's beautiful. So over here, France pulled back from the road and has withdrawn over here, and now that gives the Bulow a chance to push on this flank. This is gonna be up to this French army to hold them, as this center line fight still is raging. Oh, another cav charge here, dragoons. I love how these are some very clean charges, guys. Right through the lines, aren't dragging through units. Very clean, very effective. Granted, that one wasn't super effective, but they recognized when to pull back. That was definitely the time. Now, the coalition got to watch out. They have a lot of excellent melee capable units here. The French have them in their back lines. Just keep an eye on them pulling a unit back to get a column created so these guys can get into melee. These guys are probably going to melee Russia. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't charge head on. If some of these units break charging headlong into this Russian line. This Russian line is kind of weak. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh no, what are they doing? They should be... Oh, no. They're walking... I mean, they're forming up. They gotta form up and start shooting. Oh no, this is gonna go badly. Russia, beautifully executed. Bayonet charge with the grenadiers. Another grenadier unit gonna get in. Beautifully done. Cavalry gonna try rushing forward. This is not gonna be a clean charge. They have a lot of troops kind of bogging down their dragoons. Oh, it's starting to cave. It's starting to collapse a little bit. Cavalry needs to get in here ASAP. Get a nice charge off on the grenadiers. They're probably gonna try to pull those grenadiers back. They're gonna start wavering. Forming a square. Beautiful. Yep, it's very effective. You can see this other grenadier managed to make an impact here. Cavalry being rushed in, but that is not going to be very effective cav charge as they're running through their own men to get through to the grenadiers from Prussia. They have squares here. They will probably form some. Oh, the cavalry break. That square sitting right there, pouring some flanking fire on them. Beautifully done. France has yet to make that infantry charge. I think they're biding their time to see how this right flank plays off. They need to peel reinforcements over here. Prussia's footing this attack beautifully, in my opinion. Well played. This poor unit's gonna get surrounded, but you know, you won't be totally effective at every charge here. These dragoons really tying up these grenadiers. Oh, these guys are just going straight in for the next line of infantry. They're trying to not let the French have a moment to reform here, guys. You can see just constantly attacking. Constant attack. It looks like Russia... did they go for bayonet charge with their light infantry? That's kind of an interesting strategy choice. But, you know, I won't hate on it. They probably know more about this game actually playing it than I do. I just watch games. I'd probably be crap if I played a game right now. All right, Russia now engaging with the dragoons. That grenadier unit from Prussia broke. This other grenadier probably will break now. And they're getting attacked by line infantry and cavalry. Let's see this line. Russia getting really close here. This is going to be an even contest for a little while. Over here, it's still not a whole lot happening. They're going to have to... France is going to have to start watching out for the Prussian cavalry in their rear pretty soon here. All right, it does look like both sides have kind of dissipated a little bit from each other. They need to pull this line back or regain control, because this flank is becoming a huge problem. Look at this. They're going to keep swinging in. They have to retake this line right here. In order to save their front line. Are they going to fall back? Yeah. Oh, no, they're falling back. This is where Russia has to charge. Here we go. Cavalry going in. Beautifully done. Bayonet charge. Swing these 2 units in. Bayonet charge. There we go. They're going to bayonet charge here. Yep. The moment that France pulls back, you have to melee them in the back. The rest of this Russian line should have pushed, in my opinion. They should have pushed. But you can see France has a lot of morale problems, wavering. Even their eliter... Now, I know people hate when I say elite units, but some of their better units here getting depleted, being forced to hold this line. And Russia is just taking turns, exchanging volleys. They don't even care about anything else. But the rest of the French on the left here, they are falling back, trying to reform. Blucher and Russia made an excellent counterattack. It forced them to withdraw. And France does not have the initiative right now. Now, they can take the initiative at some point, but they don't have it right now. A nice range of artillery here, but that is not... It's not very effective right now. Now, they are starting to really hit Austria's line right here, but they need it to be brought to bear over here. Without being, they have to fall back even more. Not sure if they're going to do that or not. But use your guns, you know? Over here, we're starting to have a more of a regular line fight. Look at this. We have some, like, militia-style French units. They're going to stand in the line. Like a citizen's militia. Ooh. They'll stand their ground for a little while. Oh, we have a cav charge.
Our men are running, sir.
Broke another unit. They're probably going to break. They're getting shot in the back. Yeah, look at that. Trouble is coming. I appreciate that they're actually fighting in the fields and not in the town around Culm. Much, much better. Much more cinematic, too. These guys, look at them. They're ready to make a difference. For the Kaiser. Kaiser? Yeah, the Kaiser, yeah. I thought for a second I said Tsar, and I was like, no, that's the wrong one. I'm looking at the Russians now. They would be a Tsar. We have artillery mobilizing up to the front lines here. I think France is losing. This is definitely a losing looking. Now they made us be reforming to a better defensive position, and this artillery will be able to start shooting more into poor Austria. It's going to start telling. But even below is pushing over here. Prussia pushing on the left, Prussia pushing on the right. Who would have thought that Prussia would make excellent flanking forces? Eh, some big guns here. Oh, we blocked the way. Ooh, are they going for a general? I think they're going for Philip. Maybe. Either way, I think there is a distinct pulling away from France. They pulled away from the coalition's line, but the coalition are fine with just pushing up more artillery and firing again. Now, they don't have a lot of guns now. I think they have some right here, some 6-pounders, more 6-pounders here. They have some 6-pounders here. Is that it?
All hope is lost, sir. This battle is almost done.
Obviously, the AI think the game thinks that the hope is all lost. Look at this artillery. Ooh, what? This is an expensive artillery piece. See what you do. Charge cavalry right at this. They'll fire, friendly fire their own guys. I don't know if that actually would work. I don't actually know if that would work. Maybe not, but that is an expensive artillery piece. I think both sides have kind of resting a little bit, letting artillery do some work. No artillery, but yeah, the coalition have some guns. We'll be fine. So there may be a bit of a duel of artillery for a second here. Maybe the Prussians over here will make the first big move. Maybe. They kind of outnumber the French on the right. That could cause a lot of problems if they do push. Someone has to keep pressure on the enemy at all times. If it is this left flank that does that, then so be it. But someone has to. Oh, they are going for the guns. More cavalry gonna push in. Yeah, that's not gonna work out well for Prussia. That's all right, they tried. They tried. The real question you have to ask right now is, if you were the French, what is the strategy? Are you going to sit here and let your artillery do as best they can? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They may actually, it's an old guard unit. Oh, it breaks. Oh, wow. That actually, oh, no way. They totally aren't going to make that. For a second, I thought they tricked them. They sent 2 directions here all at once. They may? No way. No way. They do it. They do it. They go for the guns. Oh, they're gonna break. Oh, they're not moving fast enough. They're wavering already. Oh, no way. This cav unit just super effectively. Oh yeah, there's some crosshairs. You guys are not gonna survive. It's like, oh, rats. Yeah, but still, they broke now 2 artillery pieces. That is a huge win for them. They are going to be able to push with a little more ease. There's still, I believe, 2 guns here and here that the French still have. One right here, maybe the other one. Where is it? Did it break? Either way, though, they are going to be able to push without a whole lot of fire. And they have their own guns firing. And I don't think the French have a lot of cavalry to really deal with it. And Prussia is now going to push on the flanks. I think the coalition are going to win this. That's my prediction, looking at it as it is right now. I mean, the end results have some insanely high kills on both sides, which does a testament. That's what I always just look at. It's like, okay, how many deaths were there? And it's like, my gosh, that's a lot of death. That's a lot of men that got killed. And when everybody has that many, that's not farming. That's good old-fashioned fighting. Yeah, they are not in range of... Hey. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, man. They just lit them up. I think this is light infantry. This is light infantry, but man, they pour in some insanely accurate fire, and they just broke that French line. Oh, did I miss a big old cav action here? Not a whole lot. It looks like one Prussian unit got broken. They have a square here. France needs to involve their cavalry a little bit more. I would swing this cav around and go for this Prussian line right here. Push infantry, go for cavalry. There's no real cav to defend it. Especially if this is crosshairs at all. Is there any crosshairs in this? They need to use their cav right now. I know they have some crosshairs. There they are. They're keeping them away from the guns, but they're gonna have to use them at some point. Oh, the problem is over here, the artillery is just hell on earth for this French army. And we have Russia pushing and Prussia pushing. And the Septiles cannot stand. Oh. Is that bayonet charge? Grenadiers went in, trying to silence the guns. Oh my goodness, they went in several places. Here we go. Not a very great cav charge, but still nonetheless. See, they ran through their own troops. Not very good, but they are collapsing in. That's what they needed to do. Oh, this is bad for the coalition. Cavalry everywhere. Their whole left flank is going to collapse. Hence why they need to push even quicker over here. I think Russia, yep, Russia wait for bayonet charge. Actually is getting repelled. Blucher's pushing. I see the general up here, as well as Blucher himself can be pushed up to the front. Over here, France has just destroyed that left flank.
Our men are running, sir.
That needed to happen. They had too much cavalry to not use it in that way. Oh, Russia made their breakthrough. Look at the routing. And cav in the back. Blucher's cav went all the way around, and this may sign the death of the French left flank pretty soon here. Center's still a dead even contest, but France seems to be doing a little bit worse. But the French right flank, coalition left flank, very, very well for the French. I think Blucher has done an excellent job. He has reserves still, but Blucher and Russia have broken the Septiles, and now the center is almost collapsing for France. Got some cavalry charging in. Can they form square? Nope. These dragoons really gonna make problems here.
Our men are running, sir.
There's still some reserves here, still some cavalry left. We're at 31 minutes left in this fight. Man. France has to fall back because they're about to lose the high ground to their left. What happened here? Yeah, France lost pretty much all their guns. You can see the Prussians advancing past the guns that were, just a few minutes ago, firing directly in their face, and now are just gone. Look at that. Just gone. Sitting silent. A countercharge from France. Grenadiers getting some action. They got shot in the face several times, and there's some flanking fire going, but they are in it. Their morale is a little higher now. And they're being supported. Oh yeah, counterattack going in. Here we go. Cuirassiers charging in. A square formed. Oh, that's gonna be unfortunate, but they're still going. This is the counterattack. This is the all or nothing for France. Oh my gosh. Now that's not once again, not a great charge. You can see the cavalry scattered everywhere, but oh wow. They just broke the momentum that the coalition had. Man. The charge of desperation to regain control, and it worked. A calculated risk. Here we go. More Cuirassiers going to go in. Artillery getting in. Can they shoot down these Cuirassiers? No way. Oh, that actually was pretty devastating. It's pretty devastating. But they managed to hold. The guns now need a chance to reload, but they may not get a chance to do that. Over here, Russia. Blucher still dueling it out. Still, though, this fight's actually not going well. Here we go. Cavalry gonna go for the artillery piece. And the French are now using that momentum. They're going headlong into the Prussian lines of Blucher. Landwehr not gonna hold up. That was a nice volley, though. They break them. A volley and then meleeing them. They probably had been pushed as far as they could. Cavalry going in. Can they form square? Are they noticing it? They do form square. Oh, what a pivotal moment. If this unit had been broken, this cavalry would have gone on to crush the rest of this flank here. Already as it is, the coalition's going to have some problems as France is in melee with them. Still, the Landwehr holding strong for the moment, but French reinforcements are on the way, but still the mass rout that's being triggered by France. Those first units breaking. A flanking charge by some grenadiers break yet another French grenadier, and the chain rout honestly could be triggered just by this. We'll see. This could be the deciding factor here. Prussia still, man, they have tied up several French units here with just one unit. Oh, Russia's general is dead. That's unfortunate. Blucher's still here though, and actually having an easy time. He's going to sweep in behind the French, and the French have taken some heavy losses. They did finally win this fight, but at what cost? They lost several units already, and Blucher still has units scattered about here. And they're starting to win things back. I think France is starting to lose a little bit. Oh, going for the back. I would charge these guys in the back. That's what I would do. I wouldn't even worry about anything else. Look at the morale. Oh, no, man, they don't even need to. Oh, beautiful charge. Some Ulanen. And France is broken here. Blucher's going to come pouring over the hill. I think France is still... Man, what a fight they put up, though. You know, if they do win this, lose this, which I think they're going to lose this, unfortunately. They put up quite a fight. They put up a vicious fight, and they made the coalition pay for it. Support units are stuck, getting shot in the back. That was a pretty good fight. That was a very excellent fight. I'm gonna hit the fast forward button here. I think it's just a last stand here. I don't think we need to watch that in real time. We all know how last stands go. They're gonna just, you know, dish out some damage. It'll take a second, but they'll start breaking. Especially with this collapsing in. Oh my gosh. There's one unit over here. How did y'all miss him? That was a good fight, though. That was a bloody fight. You could see the dead everywhere. This would be a cleanup for days. You would have to clean this up for days because of the amount of dead and wounded scattered everywhere. But yeah, looks like a coalition victory. This one was played by the Austria. Had some good kills. Most kills were from that unit. But let's pull the results here, guys. So you can see on the coalition side, you have Jedi Full playing as the Austria with 1488 for the kills. You have Julio playing as the Bulow, I believe. You had 1299. You have Cyrus as Russia with 914. And then Blucher played by Limini with 2056 for the kills. On the other side, Eternal with 1341, Leaf with 1117, Mickey with 971, and Chaudry with 934. So some good kills. Man, the French gave. I loved that last charge they made. They knew they were losing and they needed to do something quick, and they did the best with the resources they had, and I think it worked out well. I think they could have done that sooner, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know exactly when they would have done it, but they played well. A very good game, and I enjoyed it. Hope you guys did as well. And that'll be it for me today. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.